Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We have our second podcast episode. We had Kyler on earlier. Now we have Liam. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. And before anyone is curious, the last name is pronounced Heuser.
Hey, I was
So it's
right.
like my yeah. So it's like Cruiser, but my actual last name Heuser.
Is that where Cruiser
But yeah,
got the
I'm doing
name?
good, man. Yeah. Cruiser got the name because me and my brother, he wasn't in the band at the time. We're both Heuser, and Mikey, who's the co-founder of the band and the only other original member, he's Kraus. So we're like, oh, blend the names together. Actually, a friend at the time suggested it, and
Nice.
that's how it came about.
Nice. So, I know I had you on a little while ago back, like a long time ago. We did like a short little interview down at Reverb, which I like doing, but in all honesty, it kind of was sad because I like having these conversations where it's like one on one or where we're not limited in time. So, well, not so, obviously I'm not gonna keep you here all night, but like not as like quick as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I love podcasts, so anytime someone asks me to be on a podcast, I say yes.
Yeah,
So thanks for having me on.
of course. Thank you for coming on, especially doing this one so super quick because you messaged me today and you're like, "Hey, I'll do it," and I was like, "Tonight?" You're like, "Sure," because you were like, "I don't have no limit on time. I'm pretty flexible on time."
I have a sense of urgency, so I like doing things spontaneously a lot and as fast as possible because you never know. There's no sense in waiting sometimes.
Yeah, I hear you. So I guess my first question is, how did you get started? How did you get started, like going into the music field? Like, who got you started in music? What are your musical influences? Like, basically, what got you starting in the wanting to play music?
That's a great question. I can't really.
Uh
I don't
oh.
know if it was like a particular moment. I've just always like loved music ever since I was a kid. So um, I started playing saxophone actually when I was, I think, 7 years old, and I did that at a very, it was not anything serious. Like it's just like something I did. Like I played in the school band. I played saxophone up until I was in seventh grade. And by that time, I had started picking up guitar because I got that at that point. I started getting into rock music, like like I guess what you would think of as like stereotypical rock music, like guitar rock. So I wanted to switch to guitar. I picked it up really quick, like relatively, I guess.
Hmm.
It seemed like I was picking it up quick because it people were impressed, and other people I was playing, like who also played, seemed to not be at the level I was going to. So I really was kind of getting bummed down on saxophone. I quit the school band because I was like, this just is not. Even back then, I was like worried about my image, I guess, which
I
is probably
can't
not a good
play.
thing. But like I was like, yeah, this isn't me anymore. I want to play guitar and get girls, man. So I need to stop playing saxophone. Even though saxophone is the sexiest instrument, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you don't know that at the time. So yeah, that's how I started. I started playing live when I was 14. My first show with Cruiser was when I was 14. So that's something that not a lot of people might realize is Cruiser in 2026 will be our 10-year anniversary
Oh
because we
well.
started when I was 14. We had some different guys in the band, but Mikey and I were still playing together under the name Cruiser when we were freshmen in high school. So
Well, happy almost 10 years, and that's good to be going strong
yeah,
after 10 years. Even though
yeah, man.
had some lineup change. Were you guys always a three piece, or has there ever been longer than a three piece?
Well, we're a four-piece currently. Two guitar. I'm
Okay.
vocals and guitar, and Mikey's guitar, um, bass and drums. Yeah, we had originally we were a 5 piece, and we had a lead singer.
Okay.
Um, Now, like I said, we were very young. I kind of found out not long after that I wanted to be a singer.
Mm.
At this time, I was already a a pretty strong guitarist, and think I started to realize that I love playing guitar, and I think guitar is like the most fun thing I do. Just like in general, I just have so much fun playing guitar. But I wanted to I wanted to express myself through singing. So when the first guy left, um, I was like, you know what, guys, I think I want to start singing. And we had, you know, I had sung a couple songs in our live set at that time, and he also sung a couple songs. But we were, I started taking vocal lessons, and I eventually became, you know, after a lot of hard work, I became what I am now vocally. Um, that's why how we became a 4 piece, and we were very briefly a 3 piece in the summer of 2023 in between bases because we had a whole tour booked. So Mikey stepped up and said, "I'll play bass," and he did a great job. He's a talented dude, so he killed it on bass. So you can find videos of us as a 3 piece out there.
Yeah. So when you guys say you booked a tour, like how far was the tour? Like how long was the tour?
It was a lot of uh, like Rhode Island, Ohio, down New Jersey, Philly. Probably we did those. I think around Pittsburgh, Nashville, Atlanta. I don't know if we did Nashville at the time, but we definitely went down to Atlanta. And it was a lot of like weekender things. So it was basically like the entire summer. That's what we did. Like we would work, or I was landscaping at the time, and I remember I had to fake having a heat stroke to get out of work to go down to Atlanta. Yeah,
Eh,
it was cool. The guys I worked with were cool. They were in on it and everything. And
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's like I told this story earlier of Kyler. Um, I had right after COVID, I had COVID lockdowns and everything. I still was somewhat going back out to shows, not as many, but one of my favorite bands is Knuckle Puck, and Knuckle
okay.
Knuckle Puck was coming to Soundstage in March of 2022. Tickets went on sale. I believe it was the beginning of December, early or maybe early to mid December. I know it was before Christmas because I remember I bought tickets, and I told my boss at the time when I was working for the bowling alley. I said, um, I'm taking this day off. I'm gonna, and of course, then after a while, company changed hands with managers. So I told the new manager, hey, I'm off that day, and she was like, no, you're not. That's a Tuesday. I need you here on Tuesday, and I'm like, well, I'm going. I bought the tickets before Christmas last year. I'm going, and she goes, you're not. Well, that was before, and then a couple months later, she probably forgot because I called out sick the day of the concert, and I said, I'm going. I just called out. I was like, I'm going.
Yeah, man, you got to get your priorities straight.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know you had asked me about influences too. I kind of forgot about that,
Oh,
but
you're good.
um, yeah, influences. I don't know, man. I have a lot. It really just depends on the time frame. I'd say, the one band that I think I always come back to is definitely Led Zeppelin. I feel
Mm.
like they kind of shaped who I am as an artist a lot. I just love that band so much. I am very influenced also similar kind of a band, but Black Sabbath. They're a huge influence on me. Rest in peace, Ozzy.
Yes, rest in
Uh,
peace.
I love that band, and that band I continually listen to this day, and I feel like I understand that band more and more. as years go by. Just the darkness of that band and kind of what they stood for and how different they were than everyone else at the time.
Yeah.
So those two bands are huge influences on me. Um, I love a lot of like Motown era soul music too.
Okay.
That's that's been a big influence on me. I love funk and R&B and soul music. Um, yeah, I don't know. I love so much stuff. You know,
Yeah.
Chris
My
Cornell was a big influence on me vocally too,
yeah.
growing up. But my biggest influence, or my favorite artist actually, which might surprise some people, is actually Bruce Springsteen. He's been my favorite artist for since I was like a little kid because my dad always put him on. But no, he's a really big influence on me, and I think you can probably hear that influence a bit more on my solo stuff than with Cruiser. But he's probably my favorite artist of all time, as far as just like artists. No, go.
Yeah. Yeah. I do want to jump into your solo thing here real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, man, we can talk about whatever.
Yeah, we got two songs out. We got pulling all the stops, and we have the killer, which just as we're recording this today, just dropped today. So I guess
Yes, sir.
my first question about releasing solo music: were you nervous to get into the studio to record new music that you knew was like, I want to get this stuff out? Like, was there ever like to get stuff out here? Like, I need to get it out. Um, or were you basically, were you nervous to go in and like, how are people going to react to this now that I'm doing solo stuff? You know, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry if that was sounded a little winded.
No, I know exactly what you mean. No, don't need to apologize to me. So I was not nervous. I'm actually very comfortable in a studio environment. I do really well in the studio. I also have had a lot of experience. I mean, Cruiser has 3 albums out and then a couple other assorted singles. I went. I have a pretty relatively good understanding of audio engineering. I went to school for that way back when I was, going to school for that. Didn't become like an excellent engineer, but I was in a studio environment, so I knew the process a lot. So I was not nervous to record it. I was anxious to record it because of how long I had been sitting on these songs for.
Yeah.
And when I released them, I was very excited to see what people's reaction would be, and I thought people would be a little surprised by it, which always excites me because I like, you know, putting out different types of stuff. Um, the hardest thing about it was I'm solo. I this is completely in my hands. I don't have the boys with me backing it up, promoting it with me. I mean, it's harder when you're the only guy. That part is hard, but it's fine. Um, but no, nervous, no, excited, yes.
Yeah. I was only asking because I know some people that go off and do solo stuff after like, band after, obviously playing in a band, but obviously yours is a little bit different. Your band's still going on. Um but like some people are just like nervous to go and start like, oh, people aren't gonna like me because of this band, and then people are only gonna like me because of this project or something like that. That's why I was asking like if you were a little bit nervous on how the reception was gonna be, or would you even have cared because you just wanted to put this out?
I would not have cared that much from people, so that always feels good. I mean, I make music for myself.
Yeah.
And everything I put out is just because it's in my head, and I just feel like, I gotta get this out of my head and onto, to a recording. And also, it's like, not that I really listen to my own music all that much, but it's like, I want to put out something I want to hear. You know
Right.
what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, and you're right. I think a lot of people, it's harder for them to branch off and go solo. But number one, I've been doing solo things for years. Granted, it was a lot different, not so much original music, more so solo acoustic cover songs. But I had been doing that a fair amount, to be honest with you, Jeremy. Like I do, you know, have done probably like 3 years ago. So I had that foundation of going out on my own. And also, yes, Cruiser, this doesn't affect that band in any way. That's still my main project. This is just kind of supplementary, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah, well, both singles are now on all. Oh, people listening, all songs are both singles right now are streaming on all music platforms. I imagine they're on all platforms. Full disclosure, I only use
Yes.
YouTube Music, so and I know both of them are on there, so that's just my
Yeah, they're on everything Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Deezer, whatever the hell that one is. It's
yeah,
on there, though.
yeah title.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's on a lot, everything.
Yeah, do you also use DistroKid?
No, I use TuneCore.
Okay.
Don't ask why. I just do for some reason.
Oh, I was only asking because I know a lot of people a lot of people I talk to use DistroKid, and I've heard,
That's
and
the popular one.
yeah, TuneCore is basically the same kind of thing, right?
Yep, as far as I'm aware, that's what Mikey picked when we did our first Cruiser album, so I'm just familiar with it.
Okay, probably an easy
Yeah.
interface, easy user friendly.
It's been good to me so far. I haven't run into any issues with it.
That's good. Have you guys? Now this is another question. Now I want to get into some fun questions because I
Yeah,
like
man.
to ask a lot of fun questions. Say say you're at your I don't obviously let's just say you're strumming your guitar or like practicing for the shows or whatever, but your favorite band, living or dead, calls your phone and says, "Hey, we need you to open our entire tour, but we need you to leave tomorrow." What band are you gonna will just drop everything and just go? Like, what is the band that would get you to do that if you're still there? Hello.
Oh, that is a good question. Let me think. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you
I
hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It was out for a second.
Yeah, that's weird. Hold on. Let me re. What the hell? Hold on. Give me 1 sec, man.
Okay.
It got this. Hold on. Let me reconnect to my Bluetooth.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm thinking about it. All right. So, can you say something one more time?
Hello.
All right, you can hear me. That's good.
Yes.
Sorry about that, man.
That's okay.
That's a good question, man. I'm trying to think of. Well, pretty much anyone I would do it for. Realistically, I'd be like, "Cool, I'll be there tomorrow." But
Like somebody,
who I really enjoy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say somebody you could probably. I know you said anybody, but somebody you know for a fact that you would not mind opening for a 30 to 40 day run.
Yeah, Metallica would be cool because they're huge, and I love them. Uh, that would be sick. Um, Obviously, they have very big tours, and they actually do have opening acts. So maybe Metallica would be my answer. But I don't know. I really enjoy Marcus King's music right now. He is one of the newer people that I get really inspired by.
Okay.
Um, Maybe Marcus King or Metallica. I like Metallica a lot. Um, but I'll go Marcus King. I really enjoy his music, and he actually is someone that I actually take influence from. like I very much enjoy his artistic vision, and it resonates with me.
Nice. Yeah, I, me personally, you wanna know who I'd go on the road with?
Let's hear it.
Newfound Glory.
All right.
That's my favorite band of all time. I'd drop everything. I'd quit my. Well, I wouldn't quit, but I'd be like, I'd be calling my work and be like, "Hey, Newfound Glory's taking me on the road. I have to be where the hell they need me to. Like, not even just to open. Like, if they called me and said, "Hey, we need you to do this for us," I'm down. Like, I don't care. As long as it doesn't involve me lifting heavy gear, I'm good. I'll go. Like, I don't
Yeah,
care.
I mean, I'll lift heavy gear. I don't care about that, but yeah, I'm with you, man.
Yeah, I'll just do anything. I would prefer to do merch or video or photo, but merch would probably be what I would do for them because I don't know. I would probably love to do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like a date. That sounds like a dream job.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. That would
Being
be
like,
super cool.
but yeah, okay. You're in charge of putting together a 3 day festival. Someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, here is an unlimited amount of money. Who's headlining your 3 day festival? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Living or dead artist, it doesn't matter. Who would you have headline Friday, Saturday, Sunday?"
Living or dead? Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I know. It's like, damn, if it had enough money to resurrect somebody to play a show for, and they're
Yeah.
headlining.
Okay. Well, wow. Let's do first day will be Bob Dylan, but it's going to be Bob Dylan from like 1965 when like people were getting real upset with him because he had an electric guitar instead of an acoustic. I think Bob Dylan's like 60s period where he went from folk to electric. I think that's he has an incredible amount of aura for doing that, as the kids would say. So we'll do the first day. We'll give him the first day, but it's going to be a young Bob Dylan. Second day, we'll go Led Zeppelin because they're kind of just like the rock band in my eyes, and they're great. And third day, we'll give that one to the Wu Tang Clan. Gotta love the Wu Tang Clan.
I love the Wu Tang Clan.
Um, yeah, I do too. And they're just such a fun. They're just such a fun. Are they a band? I would. I mean, they're a band, right?
Well,
Like a
yeah, but I
group.
mean, you could have anybody you want to headline a festival. It doesn't have to be just bands. It could be an artist or anybody.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Wu Tang Clan. They'll be my third day.
Yeah, they're good. I like them. I haven't seen them live though. I would like to.
That'll be fun, man.
Yeah. Have you seen your dream? Have you seen? Is there an artist that you always said, "I'm gonna see this person one day," and you got to? Is there? Have you seen that person yet, or no?
That's a good question, man. I've been very fortunate to go to a lot of very good concerts in my lifetime. Um, there's no one in particular that I'm like, oh, I need to see them. I've seen a lot of my favorite artists live, which I'm fortunate for. Not everyone has that opportunity, so I'm grateful for that. I think right now I'm just looking to see shows of bands and artists I don't know, maybe who aren't like huge artists that just impress me. And you know what? Honestly, just playing with smaller bands and just playing shows with smaller bands and hearing them, like I've played with a lot of bands, man, that I actually really enjoy. Like
Yeah.
there's a band from Nashville called Echo Pilot. We've
Okay.
played shows with them. I love hearing them live, man. They just came to Baltimore and they're such a great band. They write great songs and they're so great. There's a band we used to play with from Philadelphia called Dirty Soap, who were an awesome band. They were just so unique. There was nobody like them, and like I don't even know if they're still around, to be honest with you. But that's what I want to see now. It's just other than just big shows of my favorite artists.
Yeah. I'm kind of same way. I like seeing the locals more than bigger names. And it's not to say that I would never love to go back to a big name concert. I just haven't been to one in forever.
Right.
So
Yeah. I don't even know what the last one I went to was.
I guess if you really want to think about the last big show I went to was, oh my god, uh, I guess the Queers May 9th at Zen West. If you want to count
Okay.
that, if you want to count that, as the biggest name that I've seen in the past 2 years, because I don't think I've been to like a big show since then. Uh, Unfortunately, Offspring and Jimmy Eat World and Newfound Glory did not come to Pier 6 this year. They went to Jiffy Lube instead. I would have loved to see that lineup.
Fuckers.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that lineup. I hate Jiffy Lube. I do. I don't like that venue. I've been there once and I don't want to go back.
A lot of walking up and down.
Yes. And
A lot of walking up and down.
yeah, my dream band to see would have been well, I would have loved to see obviously Linkin Park. I still love Linkin Park now. I don't really care what everyone else thinks. I think they still sound really good. I just haven't seen them with Chester. I haven't seen them with Emily either, but I was gonna go in May, but I decided not to. Last minute, I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not going. I was like, I don't want to go to a big show. I'd rather go dance with like, I'd rather have that crowd for like a local band or something like that. But
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'd rather see like some locals get some arena love, which hopefully one day it will happen for a lot of locals. Hopefully one day all the maybe we could get like a whole bunch of the promoters together and figure out a way we can rent out the arena for like a freaking night for all these local bands to play.
That'll be awesome. A lot of fun.
Yeah, wouldn't it be cool to see? I have not. I've only been to the arena once, and it was this. I got to see Blink 182, and I really liked that. That was cool.
Yeah, I've only been there once as well, and it was a very good time.
Yeah. Did you go to Blink 182 as well?
No, I saw Tool there actually,
Oh,
and that was a crazy concert, man. That was a that I was very impressed.
aren't there songs like
And I
20?
did like,
Aren't there songs like 20 minutes?
yeah, they're definitely very long songs, and like literally 20 minutes, some of them. Um, and I liked Tool even before then. You know, I
Yeah.
wasn't like I didn't know all their songs, but after leaving that concert, I was listening to them nonstop for a while there. They just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Very cool band. Just there's not, no one's really like them. They definitely carved out their own sound.
Yeah. I like I would love to see oh, I don't know. I like a lot of bands. There's too many bands. Too many bands to see.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And then it's like I still haven't seen a lot of the locals that everyone tells me to go see. I don't know if you've heard of the band All You Need.
Yeah. All you need. Yeah, are they local?
Well, Annapolis.
Oh yeah, I know Tyler, the drummer.
Yeah. Yeah, but
He's in Electric Circus.
is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's the drummer.
okay. I did not know that. I only know. I only.
Unless I have the wrong band, I don't, which would be awesome because then everyone would be listening, going like, "What is he talking about?" But I'm pretty sure it's them.
Oh, I'm not sure. I know. I know when I was cause I don't know what was I gonna. When I saw them, it was because of I know you probably know Scott Homebrew.
Scott Homebrew.
He's a photographer.
I know that name. I've heard that name.
Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah. He's
I can't think of what he looks like.
he's a I know. Well, So he drugged me to 8 by 10 to go see All You Need for their album release show, and they kind of sound like if Simple Plan and Jimmy Eat World kind of had like a little bit of a baby.
Okay.
And I was like, ooh, because this is just my personal opinion. A lot of the pop punk bands from here, they try to sound like All Time Low, and it just doesn't work. I need some
Yeah,
variety.
there's a
Pop,
lot of pop punk around. Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, and unfortunately, pop punk is just oversaturated. Which nothing wrong with that. That's my genre of choice. That's what I really, really love. So, but
Yeah, that's great.
there's just so many pop punk bands.
There is a lot, man.
Yeah, pop
I'll tell
punk.
you what band that kind of has that sound who I really enjoy, and also is probably helpful that I've played a couple shows with them, and they're just also very nice. I think the band The Upside is one of my favorite local bands at this point.
I,
They're a really good band, and
I,
I am honestly not a huge pop punk guy. Like I appreciate it more now than I did when I was younger. But
yeah,
I was always drawn towards like really like earthy, like raw music. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like for me, I do like punk rock, but I was always more like Black Flag, The Clash, Rancid, bands like that. Like that was always like my kind of punk rock that I liked.
right.
But like if there's my thing is I don't care about genre. If there's good songs, I like a good song. And I think that they have good songs and they're a really good live band.
Yeah, I only just found out about them because I was doom scrolling through Instagram on the reels and they popped up and I heard like a pop punk drum and I'm like, ooh, I like this. And then I saw that they were local. I'm like, wait, how have I never heard of this band? Did they just form? No, apparently they started playing shows like last year and I did not know this.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. I played with them at the record November 24th.
Oh, nice. Oh, I like that. I love that venue too, the Wrecker.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite venue you've
Yep,
played
I was
or?
just there. Around here, yeah, I'd say so.
And you were just there when?
Favorite venue I played is either Stone Pony in Asbury Park, New Jersey, because that is like a legend. I mean, people. I imagine most of your listeners are from Maryland, but that I have a lot of family in New Jersey,
Yeah,
and
I've
and
heard of that venue too.
yeah. Well, basically, I told you, Bruce Springsteen. I'm a big fan of his. He's from that area, so he kind of put that place on the map. But subsequently, after that, they just had a lot of different bands go through there, and it's very iconic venue. So we played there. That was awesome. That was awesome. And got to throw a bone to the Whiskey a Go Go. Playing there was pretty sick too.
Yeah, I
But
haven't.
the record's up there, man.
Yeah, I would like to go. Obviously, everyone loves whiskey a go go. I was offered to go. I I was offered if I wanted to hitch a flight. Um, with them, with a band that's gonna go there, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want to pay for. I'm sorry, that's not my dream destination. If I'm going anywhere, I'm going to Starland Ballroom in New Jersey. That's where I'm going. I've heard that venue is so nice.
Yes, that's the iconic venue.
Like
Very iconic venue.
like if I'm leaving the state and if it's not a local show or a band that I'm going with, that's where I'm going is Starland Ballroom. It's always been on my mission to get there one day. One day I will get there. It just depends on it would just have to be I was tempted for the 10-year all-time low show that they did there. They for like one of their albums they did one there. Um I would have loved to have gone there for that. And believe it or not, I was so close to thinking about it, but I decided last minute not to. But believe me, there's going to be a band that's going to drag me out there that's going to make me go, you're going.
Yeah, man. No, Jersey has a lot of cool venues. Asbury Lanes is cool.
Yeah.
Never played there.
Isn't that like a bowling
Um,
alley too?
yeah, it is. And then there's There's a. You ever heard of the band called the Gaslight Anthem?
I have, yes.
They're a great band. And I even think you might even enjoy their music because I know you're kind of like into the pop punk. They're not pop punk, but they're definitely not like the furthest thing away from that either. I don't know if that makes sense.
Kind of like alternative rock.
Yeah, yeah, I really enjoy that band a lot. Their singer and main songwriter Brian Fallon is a really good songwriter, lyrics and everything. But anyway, he owns a place there called the Saint, which is supposedly a very cool venue as well. I would like to check it out.
Yeah. There's a lot of venues that I would like to go to. I finally got to go to there was a venue in Virginia. Uh it's not it doesn't happen. They don't do shows anymore, but Moonlight House, that was such a nice venue. I was a basement house show. Always heard about a lot about it. Band I worked with, we did a show. They did a show there, and I went with them. Super fun. Didn't really need me there for that show, but they asked me if I wanted to go, and I said, "Hell yeah, let's go!" Because I always go down.
Yeah, man,
I won't turn down shows. I would love to always go. If there's an offer, I'm going.
for sure. Yeah, why not? Yeah, life is so short, man.
Yeah,
Uh, man, yeah, you just gotta take every chance you can get, man, and
yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah. I was offered to go on a tour one time, but I turned it down after I turned it down because the band, the people that I would be working with on the tour, obviously it was their tour and they weren't nice people to be working with, so I quickly jumped ship.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Ah, it's okay.
Well,
It's my naivete.
yeah,
That's this.
understood, understood.
Yeah. What has been Ooh, what are some? Okay, I'm trying to think of some other fun questions because I had a good bit. I'm trying to load my document back up because my freaking notes thing on here like crashed and it's reopening and everything like that. My questions are
Yeah,
going
man,
there.
take your time. Take your
But
time.
I guess my next question would be because it is on the notes. What are some hobbies that like outside of music, work? What do you like to do beside like I need to like just chill. Like I've already done enough music for the day or worked hard today. What is your decompression from all of that? Like what is your go-to activity or what do you do? Like what's your decompression to get away from it all? Like your escape from reality.
I don't ever relax is the problem.
Oh, oh,
But I literally don't know how. I'm not even kidding.
you like to get up
But
and
no,
go.
I am a get up and go dude. Absolutely. No, my hobby outside of music is definitely weightlifting. Like I always love lifting weights and like, learning about that, going to the gym. I really like kind of like, like powerlifting, bodybuilding, even though those are two separate things, but I like doing both those things. And I don't do it. I'm not like amazing at it. I don't like compete or anything like that. But that's definitely my passion outside of music.
Mm-mm.
Um, honestly, dude, music keeps me pretty damn busy.
Yeah,
It really does.
yeah, you're
But
kind.
I like fishing. I like surfing. I'm probably going to go surfing a good bit this next coming week. I'm not, again, I'm actually like legitimately not good at all at that, but I like doing it. I love anything involving water. I'm a water kind of guy, like
Nice.
kayaking, all that stuff. What else? I love traveling, which is I think part of why I fell in love with playing music. you know, going on tour and stuff. I love traveling.
Yeah,
I like um, reading, and it's probably something I should do even more. I do enjoy reading. I enjoy watching a good movie. Um, what else? I like I like
no. Uh oh. First my notes app, and now the audio's gone again. Let's see. Let's try and get him back. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, 1 second. We're gonna try and get him back. That call ended. Okay, we're gonna get him back. I'll cut this out, but it's funny. I'll cut it out for sure. Start call. Let's see if this works now. I'll cut it out.
All right, you can hear me now.
Yep, I can hear you now. Yeah, that ended up just disconnecting on its own. I was like, uh oh.
That's weird.
Yeah, I
What
don't
was
know.
I even saying? I
You
don't know.
talk about watching a good
Oh,
movie. You got caught traveling. That's why you like going on tour.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I enjoy. I like trying to cook as well. I'm
Cook.
not another thing I'm not great at. I honestly, I like keeping up with sports. I like to try and learn as much as I can about different things. And you're not going to be the best at everything, but I
Mm.
like to try and just try and spread my net as wide as I can, man. I don't know. There's something seriously wrong with me because I literally am go go go.
Oh,
I don't know why I'm like that. I really don't, but I am.
I usually it's crazy. I'm either at a show, work, movies. I'm when I was telling you earlier, I was watching South Park. I was watching most of the last season that came out like almost 2 years ago now. I'm just now caught up and just watched the most recent one until tomorrow when another one airs. But like, I have
Right.
a ton of movies I still need to see. Like, I mean, I've seen a lot, but like, there's always a ton of movies. But I got my notes app is working, and you're talking about tour. I do have some tour questions. Funniest tour story, worst tour story, or like worst thing that happened when on tour, or worst show, and what was a sad tour story or sad story for me? Basically, I had tour written for everybody, even though I know it's not everyone gets to go on tour. It's just easier for me to say.
Yeah.
So
Um. So, all right. What should I start with? What should I start
well,
with?
we got funny, sad, and worst. So whichever,
Funny, sad, and worse. We'll start with. Um.
and it doesn't have to be a tour story. It could just be a show story or whatever, or funny moments. I don't know,
Okay.
or whatever.
Oh man. Yeah. So worst tour story is probably just. Oh man, I have a worst one, but I'm not even going to talk about it.
Oh,
And anyone who is listening knows why. But
oh. Well, I
um,
don't, but that's
it's
fine.
probably just like, well, no, the worst. I'll just explain it this way. It's probably just people not getting along, man.
Oh, well, yeah,
That's
that's definitely what makes it bad. Yeah, for sure.
just not getting along, and that's not good. And
That's really not good.
and I'll say the saddest part of it is the outcome of that.
Yeah,
Is because it's supposed to not be like that, and it's when things turn from fun to business to work, and
yeah,
when that happens, and when you go on tour, you are in a van or however you're traveling a lot, and you need something to pass the time. So what do you do to pass the time? Well, yeah, drink basically. I've never really been around anything like too hardcore, but you basically drinking involved and you know stuff like that, and it's just then someone gets upset with somebody else, and then it's kind of ruined for everybody.
yep,
Now, it's the sad part about that is you read about this and you hear about this in documentaries, but you no one ever learns from that, and you got to figure it out on your own. But Now, luckily, we that has only happened a like once, and it was fine because we're still a band with all the same people, mind you. Funniest story is just being in the van and man, what is the funniest tour story? I feel like I'm topping out by giving this answer, but I just can't think of anything off the top of my head. It's probably just like we just just like getting cabin fever from being in a van for so long that you just start like fucking just like going nuts and making each other laugh, just joking around. Like, man, Mikey, that dude. Well, all the guys do, but yeah, that dude just knows how to make me laugh, man. He just always finds a way to make me like on tour, like laugh so hard that I'm crying and my stomach hurts. That's the funniest story.
Yeah, it's just yeah, going on the road or playing shows. I've seen some stuff, man. It's crazy. Not a lot of craziness, but I've worked with a few people. There's been arguments I've seen, and I'm just like, why am I still here? Like, they didn't involve me, but like I remember here, like we were sort of a band. We were sitting at dinner. We were having dinner. We were having post show eats, and we had a guy. A guy was with us at the time, and he I don't. I don't. I'm not gonna. Obviously, I don't have a lot of these listeners. I don't think any of the bands that I work with listen to this podcast. But if they do, I'm not gonna mention names. This person literally was matching with people in the area on Bumble just to get food Rex.
Oh man,
I don't
that's
know.
awesome.
Yeah, so we had two choices. We had Silver Diner or Flamin' Pizza, and what was one guy we were with was like Flamin' Pizza or Silver Diner. One sounds a little rich, the other one, and I can't remember what the other one said. Can't remember what he said about Flamin' Pizza. So we went to Silver Diner, and we're pulling into the parking lot, and the sign is like kind of like rotating, and we're like, oh man, the sign's rotating. This is gonna be a little rich for our blood. But
Yeah,
honestly,
Silver Diner. Yeah,
yeah,
isn't
so
that a chain?
I believe so. Yeah, because he just opened one somewhere in Baltimore. I heard, but the crazy thing about it was we went to Silver Diner, and we're eating, we're having a good old time, we're talking, we're just chatting it up, and then like this argument just like bust out like between one person, like one person started it, and it was just like not cool, man. It was just like, come on, man, we're just here having some post show eats. Can't you all save that for a meeting or something? And me being the guy that's just got to hear it all, just like, dang, I don't like this.
Yeah, no bueno, no bueno.
It's like not cool, but it all worked out in the end. One the dude decided to be like, nah, you all won't listen to me. I'm going. I was like, well, to be fair, you started at the wrong time and you didn't go about the right way to say it. I didn't care. I liked everybody that was in that group. I still do. I still kind of talk to them, and we still hang out every once in a while. So it's not like any bad blood there or anything. It just picked the wrong time to start it.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Nobody
yeah.
likes to do that, and it just was not cool. That was a show we did at I don't know if the venue's still open because I none of the people I know book there anymore. But it was Cafe 611.
No, yep, I played there.
Yeah, I like the venue in a way. It's a little it's a little too open for me because sometimes you can't hear bands because of how open it is in that area, and it's just like, especially the metalcore bands I've seen there. I'm like, yeah, I can only hear the guitars.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
no,
not great sound from your experience.
no. I think the best place I've ever heard, well, sound's always finicky everywhere you go. You're never always going to have that perfect channel of noise. You just listen to the album for that at that point. But that's the
Yeah,
benefit
I
of
would
live
probably
music.
agree.
That's the benefit of live music. I like hearing where, because I love it when they play. When I love it because I'll listen to the studio. Sounds perfect. you go hear it live. Sometimes they miss a chord, and I'm so musically knowledged at this point, I can actually hear when they mess up a chord. I'm like, that did not sound the same.
Yeah. I mean, I am and I mentioned this when we first started talking is I am like very much a and you know what? I don't really actually give a fuck what anybody else does. I just mean like with my own music. Is I don't I've never cared to hear things how they are on the studio album.
Yeah,
I think that's what's cool about live music is it's a little different. It's a different energy. You might get a different performance, different arrangement. You know,
yeah. Sometimes I like live music better than the actual studio recording. It just depends.
a lot of my favorite bands have great live albums. So
Yeah. My favorite band, one of my favorite metal bands, if you can call it metal anymore, is Einstein Kills.
okay, I'm familiar with them.
Me personally, I've seen them live like 5 times, and every time I've seen them, I think even though I love their recorded music. Don't get me wrong, I love the albums they put out and stuff. I just like that band live more because they
Yeah,
bring in energy. They dress up like horror movie characters on stage. They got like a theatrical performance out of it, and I think doing that live. And their singer Spencer, he's very nice. I've met him once. He's super chill. He seems down to earth, and I've heard him talk to people in interviews, and he always seems pretty down to earth. So he seems like one I could probably hang out with after a show. He seems pretty chill.
yeah.
He doesn't seem like anything.
Actually, you know what? One band, I don't know why I thought of this right now. Yeah, one band I would love to see live before I die is Radiohead, actually.
Oh, I would love to see Radiohead live. I don't think they ever do. They tour anymore?
I don't think they're around anymore, really. I know they have the Smile, which is like Tom York and Johnny Greenwood. They do that now. So
Yeah,
it's close to them, but man, I don't know. I've seen some live footage and just they're like one of those bands similar to Led Zeppelin for me, where it's just like they don't have bad music really. They only put out good albums. So like their set list would just be so crazy. And like I don't know. I love those guys. They're another band for me that like is an all time like definitely changed the way I look at things.
yeah. I still have not seen Smashing Pumpkins live, and they're on my list.
That's another band where it took me a while to get into Smashing Pumpkins, and I'm glad I did because I really like Billy Corgan a lot
Yeah,
as a songwriter. Like I think he's just such a unique dude. Like I want to be like him as a musician, where it's just like he is just so unapologetically himself,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. What
and
was?
he's very artistic.
Yeah.
You know, I like that about him.
So I have to ask because it came up not too long ago. But how was it like opening for Spread Eagle just a few weeks ago, or about a month almost now?
Yeah, it was cool. I'd be lying if I told you I was like really knew a single song by them still.
Yeah,
But they were actually really good. I really enjoyed them a lot. They were like kind of like they kind of catered that show to be like more like an 80s hard rock show. Also known as hair metal, as some people may say.
hmm.
And you know, like bands like that. And which is a genre that when I was younger, I was actually liked a lot of that music, and I've kind of fallen out of touch with it
Yeah,
outside of a few exceptions. But Spread Eagle, they were like a much more raw kind of heavy metal version of that, and I actually really respect that, and I enjoyed their music a lot. And I don't know if you ever heard of the band UFO. They were around in the '70s, but I really liked UFO growing up. Their guitar player Michael Schenker was a very big influence on my guitar playing, and the bass player in Spread Eagle actually had been playing with UFO for the past 15 years. So that was cool to talk to him about that. Rob is his name. They're all great dudes in that band. I would definitely like to do more shows with them.
Yeah, when I saw the flyer, I was like, that I was like, I've never heard of these guys. It said that they're celebrating like a 35th anniversary or something like that. I'm like, huh? And I looked them up. I was like, oh, they were big like a long time ago. I was like, okay. I mean, they're probably still, obviously, they probably still have their fans and stuff and the people that listen to them, but I had never heard of them. And that's why I love going to local shows and other shows because I like to go early and stay all night because I never know who I'm gonna hear. I might discover my new favorite band. Hasn't happened yet, but well, actually, that's not true. I do have a favorite local band, and they are, and I haven't seen them in a hot minute, but I gotta catch up with them soon. You wanna know who my favorite local band is?
Let's hear it, man.
Great Heights Band.
I've never seen them.
They're really really cool. Um, I like them. I've seen them 12 times. That's probably the most I've seen any local band
Okay.
at this point. They're like alternative pop punk punk rock kind of sound.
I gotta check them out, man. I'm always looking for new stuff.
Yeah, they're I like I mean I love a lot of the local people, man. I have not met any, but I have not seen one local person that I was like, eh. Unfortunately, I've seen local people once, and then they don't play shows anymore because that does happen.
Oh yeah, it happens a lot, man.
Yeah,
But
they're
I'll tell you what, man. This band that I'm putting together for the 20th of September, I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy it because I think I've got it's a pretty special group of guys that are helping me out with doing this show. Um,
yeah, yeah. We didn't talk
you
about
know,
that yet. Yeah, for those that are listening, if you're local to Baltimore area, Liam is gonna be playing a show, my second show that I am putting on, and it's actually gonna be my very first show with Lawn Sphere, but got a sick lineup for that. Got Liam, we got Armani Broken, we have Kyler Sane, we have a band of Misfits, and we got Flying in a Minivan, who I think are really, really cool. Very, very nice group of guys. They're a metalcore band, so this is going to be a crazy show. I was telling Kyler earlier, we got a metalcore band, and we got a hip hop rap group, drummer and singer performer, which is cool with me. I don't care. I love the dudes. The two dudes in that band are super nice, and like they're two really good guys. And then we got Kyler, and we have Armani, and it's basically Kyler's more pop punk, emo, alternative kind of punk grunge kind of sound, and then Armani like alternative rock or alternative pop. I don't know what to call it. It's she has multiple different names. Like for genre, which is cool. And then we have you, which is like in like alternative and rock, and it's gonna be really really cool. I think it's gonna be a really fun
I
show.
yeah, I don't even know what the hell type of genre I am at this point. Like
Yeah, you're like a
that's
mixtape.
like, dude, I seems like it. Like Cruiser, like we're a hard rock band. Like
Yeah,
we have a lot of variety and a lot of different influences. I mean, you've seen us live, and you've seen that
yeah,
we kind of run the gamut. But there's no mistaking that that's a rock and roll band. Like these
yeah,
solo songs. All right, this one, The Killer, which came out today. This almost has like a beachy vibe
yeah. I was gonna
to it.
say it's a little because when I promote, I was at work when I sent it to the group chat. I'm like, hey, it's out like for the group chat for the show. I was like, hey guys, and I thought it was your first because again, you know, I didn't see the promotion for the first single at all unless I missed it, which is possible because it happens. Um, I
Yeah,
probably glance like if I saw it, I probably glanced at it for a second, didn't even realize it because that happens when you're scrolling and um,
sure.
when I got home today, I made it my mission to listen to it, and I'm like, yeah, this is really good. Like, I like this. And I listened to the first single. I really
Yeah,
like that one too. They're both really good.
thank you, man. Is there which one do you like more? Just out of
I
curiosity.
really like The Killer a lot more. I've actually listened to it now 3 times. I've listened to the other one twice,
Oh,
and they're Really, really, I like both, but right now I'm think I'm gonna settle on the Killer being my favorite.
Yeah, man. I well, first of all, thanks for checking it out so much, and I'm glad, man, because this that one is it's almost like an indie rock kind of a sound to it, which I do actually. That's another thing people probably don't know about me is I actually am really like indie rock a lot.
Yeah,
I'm a pretty big indie rock fan. I just never really felt like my writing anything like that really, except this song kind of transformed into that. I mean, it just all these songs, solo songs, just start off on acoustic guitar and just me singing. Like you can go to my YouTube and find when I first wrote this song and find the acoustic version of it. But like, yeah. So and then Scott, who is the engineer and producer, um, he just has him and I. We just work so great together, and we start layering things on there, and then it just turns into whatever it turned into, and I kind of like that about it.
yeah. There's a lot of you know what I've also noticed. There's a lot of recording studios in Baltimore, more than I thought.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who record who don't even have studios, but are really good engineers,
Yeah, uh,
or they have home studios.
yeah. Like I was talking about the Great Heights band earlier. Eric Taff, he runs his own studio as
Okay,
well. So
yeah, I'll have to check that out, man.
yeah, I really, yeah, I've met a lot of I haven't met a lot of people that record music, but I've met well not like like as they're like they record bands like studios like I know of course I know Mike from Hypernova, of course I know him because I go to a lot. Zen West is my favorite venue of all time. Love that place, my favorite place to go.
I love Mike. Mike is awesome.
Mike's really good. I like Mike. Every sound guy that I've ever met at Zen West has been super cool.
Orlando and I go back a fair
Oh,
amount.
I love
He's a great
Orlando.
dude.
He is. He's very nice.
He's a great dude, man.
He's
I
always
love that guy.
yeah. He's always been
He's known me since I was a. I don't know how old Orlando is, but he's definitely older than I am, and he's
yeah.
known me since I was, uh, you know,
I think he's in his
20
third.
maybe.
Yeah, I think he's in
He's
his
known me since
thirties.
I was okay. That would make sense, but yeah, he's known me since I was a little stinker, you know.
yeah,
So and he wasn't really doing the sound thing at the time, so it's kind of nice that him and I have reconnected through live music.
yeah, yeah. I met him. He added me as a friend on Facebook in 2023, and I didn't know who he was, but I accepted it because at the time I was accepting a lot because we shared like a lot of mutual friends. I was like, okay, this might have been somebody I met at a show, and I don't remember because at the time I was a really big alcoholic, and I was like getting that's how I was getting by with keeping everything bottled up and drinking and going out to shows, and then I would always run into people. Sometimes they would know me before I knew them, and it was freaking me out. And I was like, oh, I gotta
Man,
stop all the drinking.
well, I'm glad you
yeah.
were able to do that,
Well,
and I know that's hard.
not completely sober. I just don't drink as much as I used to.
Well, that's good.
And progress is progress, you know.
That's the truth, man. Believe me, I've had plenty of my own vices over the years, and you know, I changing is good, man. It's hard, but it's good.
Yeah, it took me a little while before COVID. Actually, I would have been like 4 years sober when I got
Right,
locked in
and
with
that
my
must,
when I got locked in with my family. I'm like, well, if this so much, I'm not gonna lie to you. I said, well, at first I thought, hmm, if this if this virus is gonna take me out, I ain't going sober. Biggest mistake of my life.
yeah,
I went back to
man,
drink.
yeah, that
Man,
was
how
crazy
crazy.
times.
Yeah, how did you like? Obviously, doing music, you couldn't really do shows. Like, is were you just doing like a lot of writing or?
Man, that's actually a really interesting question. Um, I was How old was I? I was 18 in 2020,
Ooh,
in March of 2020. So I had just graduated from the Sheffield Institute for the Recording Arts. By the way, if anyone listening to this likes audio engineering, video work, AV, anything like that, check them out. I know them all personally. A lot of the instructors there, and they're all great there. And I had an amazing time there.
one of my
And I
coll
still go there to this day sometimes.
one of my colleagues' grandsons just graduated from had just gone to the program and does sound at Wrecker. Helped them with sound with Wrecker now, and I was like, dude, that's awesome. I don't remember his name though. I gotta figure that out.
Yeah,
One of my colleagues, she told me, she goes, how come you didn't go there? I was like, I didn't want to I didn't want to go there. And she goes, well, my grandson just went there and he loved it. I was like, that's good. What's he doing? Sound. Oh, awesome. Hell yeah.
yeah, that's great, man. Yeah, Keith runs sound at Record, and he was an instructor there.
Yeah,
Um,
Keith's a nice guy. I
or
like
is an
Keith.
instructor there. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, I so that happened. I graduated, then that everything went on lockdown. So I kind of didn't really do anything with that. It was because what was I gonna do? So as far as music went, man, 2019 Cruiser's first album came out. It's called "Take You for a Ride." And I'm very proud of that album. It's actually a very short album. It's only got 4 songs, but I like all 4 of those songs a lot, and I think they're very much worth checking out. Um, but we had, by the time we had recorded that album, we had a whole other album just about ready to be recorded. Um, so basically, what had happened is that had gotten pushed back a year, basically, and then it got wound up getting pushed back further because we had to re-record it again after that. So some of our bandmates um, were really not able to leave the house due to whatever conditions they were living
Yeah.
in COVID. So we really did not play that much, and we had Jack and Jake, who are 2 of my best friends. I love them dearly. Um, they were still in the band at the time as our rhythm section. Okay, they're both not in the band anymore. Um, so that like a lot of things changed in that time, and our friend Jack had left the band. Um, our friend Jake wound up leaving the band after we attempted recording the album with him. Um, our second album is what I'm referring to, which is called "What Have We Done," which you guys can also check out, Cruiser with a K, on all streaming platforms. And yeah, so we were just kind of spinning our wheels there for a very long time until about 2022, and that's when we started touring and stuff like that.
Yeah. I know when things started to get reopened and everything, my goal was, so because I was working in a bowling alley at the time when COVID shut everything down,
Hmm.
me thinking, all right, vacation. Crap, nothing's open.
Yeah, it was weird because it was like I don't know, man. It's hard for me to relate about COVID for a lot of people because I was really young, man. Like I was 18, 19, 20. Um, I
Yeah.
mean, I really did not have that bad of an experience.
Yeah.
I still had some friends that were not locked down really. So I was hanging out with people. I started seeing this girl at the time, who I wound up, you know, actually dating for a long time. So like I did not have that bad of an experience. Like it was the worst part about it was just not being able to pursue my education further, and the band just kind of being on halt for a while.
No,
Um,
no shows.
no shows. that was the worst part about it. That was stressful. Being like, when are we going to play a show again? Is this it for live music? Because
Yeah,
I
for a
mean,
while
there
there, it
was
was
really
looking
no
like
end
it.
in sight, man.
For a
Like
while,
it, and I don't want to go into like a whole conversation on my thoughts and opinions on things, but like you look back and you're like, what the hell was that all about, man?
yeah,
It's like I forget about it a lot.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember seeing like all the venues like Rams Head, Baltimore Soundstage, Fish Head, not Fish Head, Fillmore, Silver Spring, all the venues I was going to, saying like, hey, we're gonna be doing some like things that we want you all to help us out with, and I'm like, they were like selling like merch to help keep their staff, like to help keep the venues alive and everything like that, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, I remember that Soundstage was offering where you could come in if you like, obviously you and a socially distanced event could happen. I think it was like you could like go on the stage and like I don't know how it did for them, but I remember because I was like, you mean I could rent Soundstage and go record like a podcast with somebody socially distanced? Well, then if I did that, then I'd have to find out who'd be really wanting to go there, go there and hang out with me in person. Like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna look into it. Like, I was like even nervous because my grandmother lives with me too, so she's like, and she has one kidney, so she's asymptomatic, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to bring nothing to her because they were saying
Right.
like, oh, it can affect everybody, not just you, you know. So it was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And then and actually how I started doing podcasting. This is a lot of I haven't told a lot of people this. I knew a lot of local musicians. I still do. Um, I started this as, yeah, I want to get to know you and how you got started, but we're locked down. Let's have a conversation. Let's get that going. And a lot of people were very cool with that. They were like, yeah, let's have a conversation. And it was and there was a lot of fun times, and I just kept it going. Like, I mean, I've had bits and pieces where where I've like, I'm gonna stop it here, now I'm gonna continue it, then it stopped again. It goes through spurts, but I think now I'm sticking with it completely.
Yeah. Like I said, podcasts are great. I love podcasts. So,
Yeah, they're fun.
you
It
know.
just depends it just depends what it is. Like, I love talking about anything, like movies, music, games. Well, no, not games. I'm not exactly the biggest gamer, unless it's like something like some where your choices affect everything. Like I loved Life is Strange. I don't know if you've ever played that game.
I never really have been that much of a gamer. But when I was a kid, I used to love video games, and there are some video games that I do love dearly. But they're more so games from my childhood. Like I just can't get back into it, man. Now,
Yeah.
like Charlie, our drummer, Charlie Niles, the drummer of Cruiser, loves video games. Mikey, our guitarist, he loves video games too. Those guys are both gamers, man. But I don't know, man. I lost the desire to play video games.
Yeah. What games do you remember from your childhood?
Man, I used to love. I used to love a lot of like old school platformer games when I was a kid.
Okay.
Um, I really loved it. I mean, I got a lot of respect for video games. You know, like anything that Naughty Dog comes out with, they're a very solid. Um, Basically, Naughty Dog games. Like I used to love Jack and Daxter when I was a kid. I really liked those games.
Did you like Crash
Uh,
Bandicoot?
yeah, of course, love those games. And of course, like I mean, GTA 5. I mean, I have very fond memories of playing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting you're young. You're
Yeah,
younger than not. Not. Oh, I don't know. You said you're gonna be like what, 24?
I just turned 24, July 1st.
Oh, see. Yeah. Very. Not super far away. I just turned 31 this year, so
Yeah, that's not too far off.
no, not too far off at all. Well, anyways, before I let you go, what are some of your like? And we talked earlier about movies and stuff. Like, what is your like? what do you like to watch? Like, is there like a certain genre or certain kind of movies you like to watch?
Um, I just love. I mean, I'm open to anything movie wise. I love like kind of like crime movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like mob kind of like. I love the movie Goodfellas. That's a great movie.
Oh,
Um,
Goodfellas.
what else? Man, my favorite movie is probably Forrest.
Forrest Gump.
That movie. That's a great storytelling. Anything with a good story, man. Well, there's nothing wrong with a good comedy movie either. You
Yeah.
know,
I
love
know.
comedies.
I'm gonna probably watch
Um,
Happy Gilmore too because it just came out. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm also not the biggest Adam Sandler fan. But I do remember watching the first one a lot.
I like Adam Sandler more and more over the years. I kind of just like the goofiness. It's not meant to be taken too seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not. I mean, he's definitely not like the greatest of all time. But
Yeah. I like
you know,
Billy Madison is my favorite movie that he's ever done.
what's a really good one he did was that movie Click.
I haven't watched that in a few years. I should go back and look at it.
Yeah, it's had a nice little sentiment to it. I'm a sucker for nice little emotional
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like
Maybe
a
it's
lot?
because I'm a that
Yeah.
artistic merit of myself. I don't know.
Do you like a lot of horror?
I do enjoy horror. It's not my. I don't go too deep. Some people go real deep. I do like horror though.
Like, what's your crossing point?
I don't have a crossing point. It's more just a quality of a movie thing for me. To
Okay.
me, like some of the horror movies, like I watch it and then 2 weeks go by and I don't even remember what happened.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
You know what I mean?
yeah. I have a friend that's really big into the Saw franchise. I'm like, I like the first couple of them, and then I just stopped. And then I really love Spiral that came out a few years ago. I thought that was pretty good. My
I mean,
favorite.
my favorite horror. Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut
Oh,
you off, man.
what's your favorite horror film?
I would probably say The Shining, honestly. And that's one that I saw, not even that long ago, and it didn't like scare me that much, but I just thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, I like The Shining. I'm a big. My favorite horror film is Halloween, the original Halloween
Okay,
from like it's 1978. It's my favorite horror film. Saw it at a very young age. It's why I even make stuff to. That's actually how I even got interested in video film. Really, I saw it at a very very young age. My cousin showed it to me, and I said, "Ooh, that's cool. Let me do that. Let me see. Let me try that in the future." And I've always kept that in my mind. Like, film is where I'm gonna go because of this, and it's like, now I'm just like, let me go record local music bands, like video sets and stuff like that, because bands do appreciate that. Some more than others, but that's okay.
sure.
You
Yeah,
know, but that's my,
that's the truth.
but before I completely let you go, where can people find you anywhere? Where can people find you at?
Look up my name, Liam Heuser, Liam. The last name is Heuser, Heuser, and you can find me anywhere um, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, and I'll post some fun. I post different kind of stuff on there. Some music.
And
Just fun stuff. But really, what I need you to do is check out my two recent songs because I'm very proud of them. I'm very happy that people like them. And then Cruiser, Kruiser, is my band. And like I said, that is like my main project. We have 3 albums out. All 3 of them are worth listening to. Um, you know, so Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, anywhere you listen to music, you can find my solo stuff and Cruiser's music.
one, all right, 1 second, Liam. Give me 1 second.